Aston Martin are an iconic UK brand going back 110 years. They featured in many films, as you'll all be aware, but it would not be unfair of me to say that recently, they've been struggling quite a bit and their future looked very, very uncertain. But in this video, I'm going to share with you the one main reason I think they will succeed, and succeed very well in the near future. And if they do succeed, that means at the current stock price, it's a very good value stock for you to possibly have a look into for your investment portfolio. So I'm going to show you in this video how you can get your hands on those stocks. We're going to have a look at the fundamental factors that could be driving the price higher, and also have a look at the technical analysis, the charts, to see where that price could be heading next. So with that, let's get into the detail. Like I mentioned previously, Aston hasn't been having a great period in its history, but the fundamentals, are they good enough to turn the organisation around? And like I also mentioned, there's one key factor I believe will be the driving force for that success, and that one factor is a guy called Lawrence Stroll. He's a billionaire Canadian who's invested in Aston Martin a few years back with a longer term vision to turn Aston Martin into an ultra luxury high performance brand. He's got this vision. He's started to deliver with new models, new cars. He knows what the customer wants, which is important at this level. Introducing customization, retail outlets throughout the world, and more importantly, they've had some inward investment from Geely. I think it's about $300 million worth. It's going to allow them to expand, use that infrastructure, that knowledge that Geely bring with them. Remember, Geely own Volvo, so there's a lot of changes that he's putting in part of this vision, and I see him as key to driving this success. And it's the same in a lot of other companies like Tesla with Elon Musk, Microsoft, Bill Gates. A strong CEO with a known vision, knows what he wants, can take that company places. Now, like I said, we're going to see in the charts in a minute, it hasn't been a great period of time for Aston, but with this new vision in place and success on the Formula 1 team helping things along the way, at the current price, the stock does look great value, and that's probably why Geely invested in it as well. So with that, let's have a look at those charts. So we go straight into the longer term look at Aston Martin weekly candlestick chart, going back right till they floated on the London Stock Exchange back in October of 2018. And as I said, it hasn't been a great performance over the longer term. And looking at the downsides there, we got that near wipeout number, minus 98.39%, seeing those lows around about October of 22. But since then, you can start to see that gradual upslope, and we can see a turnaround in the trend through the indicator there. All the volume on the right hand side at this sort of zone between 1150 down to those lows, and that's really going to have to be its next breakthrough zone. We can see a lot of noise over there on the left. We had that double sort of top and the breakdown, and like I said, it's got to get on up through there to that next key Fibonacci zone of around about 1800, and then once more we got the 50% Fibonacci 2300 sort of area, but again you've got a lot of noise there, so there's a few overheads. But if we then focus in on the shorter term candlestick chart, you can see more of that positive sort of price action. Let's just have a look what the up run has been from those lows, and so far it's about 260% from those, I say, bottoms October November of 22 time. So 23 has been a really good year, and for upside targets in the shorter term for Aston Martin. We're talking more 375, 400 sort of area. Again, a lot of the volume lower, so things don't turn out right. We're back into this 175 to sort of 96, 100 sort of area at the moment. Those indicators at the bottom, trend, and momentum, all looking reasonable there in the, sort of call it the more medium term on this daily chart. And then if we head into the line break chart, now I like to use this for getting in on reversal plays, and it's a 4 line break chart, so it smooths it out a bit more. And currently at the moment we have a short term sell opportunity. If you are bearish, you don't think Aston Martin are going to go up, and provide, look for that success that the fundamentals might be suggesting, then 294, and you want to be a bit more patient and you just think this is all just a bit of noise at the moment, downside breakout around 209. So let's have a look in at the Renko charts and the shorter and the, call it medium longer term picture. On the left, short term, use a 2 block size, on the right an 8 block size. Let's start with the short term. Again, at the moment it's looking, the stochastic there on the way down, so we're bearish there. Trend has been bullish, green above the red, but it has been decreasing to a more neutral phase. So with that uptrend still in place, you could say maybe a weak bullish outlook there. But in terms of shorter term targets, we'd be looking through those highs around 310, then 320 and 327. Downsides, that 61.8% Fibonacci line, 294, 295 area. Then I'd say 284 and then the late 270s. But looking in the longer term, we can definitely see that nice uptrend. It's looking a lot more positive longer term. My stochastics and the modified DMI, they're both bullish, and you can see there it's looking to break those recent highs. And for a more medium term objective, 361, 360, 390, 400, and then up into the 430s, mid 400 sort of areas. Downside pullback area, I'd say it's sort of 260, 250 zone before it breaks on down to the early 200s. So that's a technical outlook, looking okay at the moment. So let's put a score on Aston Martin. So in terms of the score, I'm going for bullish overall. We start in the top right. What factors are involved in that decision making? Well, sentiment, fundamentals, I think are looking bullish. Got a couple of numbers there for you using that line break chart. If you are bearish, don't think this success story is going to kick off. And then top left, Renko charts, longer term, much more bullish than the weaker shorter term picture, but still I call it weak bullish in that sort of shorter medium term there as well. And in terms of targets, upside 1.33 and 421, and downsides 0.75 and 1.5 to 1, and that is more of a shorter to medium term picture. So with that, I'm going to have, like I say, an overall score for Aston Martin currently bullish. So how could you trade Aston Martin stock from around the world? Well, there's many options available to you. You want to get your hands on the underlying stock on the UK Stock Exchange, LSE. They're under the ticker AML. And if you're in the States, want to trade that stock, they are under the ticker ARGGY. They are an OTC stock. But there are other options on top of that. You could be trading CFDs or spread bets globally. A lot of the platforms around the world offer Aston Martin as an option. So that's how you can get your hands on them. But other than that, it's looking quite good for Aston Martin at the moment. F1 success, new model range, a very strong CEO under Lawrence Stroll, bit more financial backing. It's not looking a bad picture. And like I said, at this current price, with that big pull off since they floated a few years back, could be a good value trade to consider. Now, if you like the technical analysis, that I've done in the video today, then I'm going to put a playlist together for you on the channel. That will be coming up next, and it'll take you through all the charts that you need to know, the background, how they work, also a lot of strategy ideas, risk management, trade management, psychology of trading. It's called the Ultimate Free Trading Course playlist, and if you work your way from top to bottom, then it will surely benefit and aid your trading. And like I said, that is coming up right now.